And welcome to the Inland Sports Show at 6:05 on Wednesday night. We appreciate you tuning in each and every Wednesday night. Big shout out to our director, Johnny Nunez, behind the scenes, making it happen. And listen, I tweeted this out just a little bit ago. We're really going to blow it out, man. There's so much going on right now in the Inland Empire. And, you know, we waited so long that we finally have an abundance of local sports going on, and it feels real, real good. We're going to talk more high school football because we talk high school football on every single show. A new head football coach at Perennial Power Heritage, Andre Smith, will join us live coming up a little bit later. We also have the Santiago High School boys soccer team coming on. They just won another Big VIII League championship, getting ready to make another run for a Southern California championship. So the Sharks will join us, and we've got the skipper from Norte Vista High School baseball, Joe Laski. He will join us as well, as the Braves are in the hunt for that River Valley League title, which is ultra competitive this year. But we lead off the show, and this is a real treat, guys. He is the new director of athletics at California Baptist University, Tyler Mariucci. So Tyler, lance up and welcome to Riverside. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Pep. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be on the show tonight.
Yes, sir. Now, Tyler, you know, when you join a new school, it's a two-way street. Obviously, CBU fell in love with you, but what did you fall in love with about CBU? When you met the people, when you saw the campus, when you talked to the coaches, what made you enamored with the Lancers?
All of that. And, you know, initially it was meeting Ken Dacus, vice president, and getting to know him and his vision for the school, and, you know, just our conversations and getting to know a little bit about him and understand, hey, this is a guy I could potentially go work for. I just really enjoyed getting to meet him and know him and interview with him through the process. And then of course, seeing the facilities, getting to meet President Ellis and, you know, meeting some other people along in the process and understanding the mission and vision of that school and commitment to the athletics program from campus leadership. It was the whole package for me personally. And when offered the job, it was a no-brainer to become the next director of athletics at CBU.
Now, Tyler, I feel like I'm maybe, you know, being overly dramatic here, but when I say that everybody wins, all the programs win at CBU, I literally mean like everybody wins. I remember going back from, you know, the Division II to Division I when they started having Division I opponents as we, you know, go through this transition process still. But we were like, are they going to win still? They were so dominant at Division II. Can they win at the Division I level? And they're still dominant at the Division I level. When you started learning more and more about what CBU is all about and the athletic teams, were you impressed about just how much success they've had in this, you know, early process of going to Division I?
Absolutely. I was very impressed. And the more and more I looked into the programs and seeing what each of the sports programs are doing currently, but what they've done in the last 2 years, 3 years in Division I, and then, of course, what they were able to accomplish so quickly at the Division II level, really, really impressive, Pep. And when you start to look at it, you have to give credit to campus leadership. You have to give credit to the staff that's in place. You have to give credit to the coaches that are there right now. This is no startup. Even though it's been Division I for 3 years, this is no startup. This is a well-oiled machine, and I couldn't be more excited to be a part of it and help lead it into the next era, into the future.
You know, Tyler, you just touched on it. How do you, you know, jump into the program and, you know, maybe put your stamp on it, but also maybe feel like, hey, I don't want to get in the way. Like, they've got a great thing going here. I just want to help.
Yeah, sure. You know, I think my background, you know, I've worked at a number of different institutions spanning coast to coast, spanning the WCC, Big Ten, Mountain West, and I take a variety of experiences which I've learned and seen, and a variety of interacting and working with different coaches and people at the highest level. And I think I'm going to be able to add a different perspective or a new perspective to each of our areas. Also understanding, you know, how great they've been and what they're doing is working. But I come from an external background, as you know, Pep, and I'm excited to build genuine relationships, not only with our alumni, fans, donors, season ticket holders, but also with our coaches and internal constituents to help move this program forward in a real great way. So like you said, I'm excited to be part of a really, really great program and add what I can when I can and lead it to new heights.
Tyler, obviously, local fans have connected the dots. They know your dad is Steve Mariucci, longtime football man, NFL head coach. Has he given you advice anywhere along the way, just in terms of what it means to be a good leader, to, manage people, be a good leader, have success? I mean, that might translate from the workplace to the football field to, being an athletic director. Any kind of advice along the way?
Yeah, I touched on it briefly yesterday at my press conference. Obviously, one of the things he told me that has stuck with me, it's been a motto of mine, is to do the best job I can at whatever I choose to do in my life. But also when I think about the other things that he taught me, hey, you got to work hard, right? You got to work hard. You got to be great to people. You got to be genuinely great to people. Get along with all different types of people. Get the right people around you. Hire the best people that are going to do a great job, work hard, that are smart, that are going to be loyal to you, and help you reach all your goals. That he's a great team player, but he's also a great leader of people. And I think people respond to him because he's a genuinely good person. And I've always saw that with my dad. It was never about it was never about him. It was about the team, and it was about helping the team move forward. And I think people respond to that in a great way. And I'm certainly going to take that with me to CBU.
Tyler, if I can circle back to the success that the Lancers have had already at the Division I level, I think of the CBU women's basketball team going undefeated, going to the WNIT Elite Eight. Then the baseball team, the first year Division I, they win a regular season WAC co-championship. I mean, these are programs already having a tremendous amount of success early on in this Division I, transition process. What's kind of your goals or expectations? I mean, would we love to see the Lancers, basketball team in March Madness, or, like the baseball or softball team in the NCAA tournament? I mean, it feels like the ramp of success for all these programs is just skyrocketing, and that really the sky's the limit, I feel like, for a lot of these teams.
Sure. I got this question earlier. What that question is, maybe what is this? What might be the ceiling for these programs, or what are your expectations? I don't think there is a ceiling, Pep. And if I did think there was a ceiling, I wouldn't be coming to CBU. And there is no ceiling because of the commitment from the president, the commitment from campus leadership, the resources that are being put into the school, and the people they're hiring, and the community of people that are there right now. And all these things combined can create a real special outcome for what we're trying to do. So ceiling on what we can do and accomplish at the highest levels in Division I NCAA, I don't think so. We got great coaches, we got great staff, and I know that it's a community of people that are going to give it their all to reach the highest level that we can possibly attain, and I don't think there's any ceiling on it. I'm excited to be a part of that, lead it, and see where that goes.
And Tyler, finally, I'm happily married, and I know it's a cliche, but happy wife, happy life, right? You were telling me off camera that your wife was just simply blown away about the reception that, the Lancer family welcomed you and your family into the fold at the press conference. Can you talk about just, it's a joint deal. You got to have the whole family on board. Your wife's got to be, agreeable to something like this. It's
a move, so that's always a big deal within a family. We have two small children, a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old. But I tell you what, she's gotten to meet some of the folks there who I'll be working for. And then yesterday when we were at the press conference, and she got to meet a number of people from the community, including coaches and donors and fans and season ticket holders. The culture of family and the overwhelming welcome and kindness that we received as a couple was second to none. And we came home yesterday back to San Diego, and she looked at me several times and she said, Tyler, I am so excited to move there. I'm so excited to be part of that community. And Pep, I know you've worked a long time with the CBU community, and you know what I'm talking about, that family culture, that caring culture that really wants people to succeed and really wants to wrap their arms around you and make you feel part of a family. And we felt that initially, and it was an overwhelming experience we had yesterday. And again, like I said, we came home and she's like, Tyler, I can't wait to move there. And that made me so happy. This made this whole thing that much more special.
You got her stamp of approval. That's all you needed right there, the green light. Tyler, listen, I really appreciate the time. Congratulations. And hopefully the next time we talk, it's face-to-face, maybe at a baseball or softball game coming up.
You bet, Pep. Let me know. Let me know how I can help. Thanks for all you do.
Yes, sir. That's Tyler Mariucci, the new director of athletics for California Baptist University, here on the Inland Sports Show. Thanks, Ty. We appreciate that. When we come back, quick commercial break. We'll talk some high school football. We've got Andre Smith, the new head football coach for the Heritage Patriots. We'll be right back on the Inland Sports Show.
What's going on, guys? This is Ray Bass from Boost Performance Training. You're watching the Inland Sports Show with the one and only Pep Fernandez.
Hey guys, it's Pep Fernandez from the #1 sports show in the Inland Empire, the Inland Sports Show. I wanted to let you know about the BASS School. That stands for the Boost Alternative School for Student Athletes. All of us are trying to find a way to get ahead in the classroom and in athletics. If you're a parent, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Wanting to give your son the best opportunity to succeed. BASS is an all-boys private middle school servicing 7th and 8th grade student athletes. They've got unique, customized curriculum for student athletes, individualized nutrition and athletic development, plus rigorous academic development with small class sizes. This is not an online homeschool. This is a private school for students who are serious about their grades and serious about their sports. BASS school enrollment for the 2021-2022 school year begins in January, so don't wait. Lock up your spot today. Visit boosttrainingsystems.com for more information. The #1 sporting goods store in the Inland Empire is Ken's Sporting Goods in Norco. Whether you need new uniforms for the entire team, a Letterman's jacket, or new cleats for the upcoming season, check out Ken's Sporting Goods. Plus, now you can order masks with your favorite team, school, business, and more. Order for your entire team or organization. Visit kensportinggoods.com for more information and for the latest on the big sales. Make sure to follow Ken's Sporting Goods on Instagram and Twitter. So if you need team uniforms or sports gear, there's only one place to go in the Inland Empire. That's Ken's Sporting Goods.
I see my man Ohtani hit a bomb.
Yeah. Hey, here's a crazy stat about Shohei Ohtani. So Fernando Tatis Jr. has 7 home runs, which ties for the Major League lead. But Shohei Ohtani also has 7 home runs, which is also tied for the Major League lead. And it's been almost 100 years since we've had a player lead baseball in home runs and also start a Major League game. Do you guys know who the last person to do that was 100 years ago?
I clearly know, but I'll let Patrick.
Of course.
I would say it's Babe Ruth.
Yeah, dude, guys, Babe Ruth, man. No one has done this since Babe Ruth, what Shohei Ohtani is doing right now. It wasn't a no-hitter, but it was still pretty good. 7 shutout innings for our guy Taijuan Walker, the pride of Yucaipa High School, getting his first win with the New York Mets, blanking the Washington Nationals yesterday, 7-zip. First win for Taijuan Walker from Yucaipa High School. So that was pretty cool.
Local tie. I love it.
The Metropolitans.
Yes.
The Amazings.
Yes, sir. Here we go. Hey, welcome back to the Inland Sports Show. A huge thanks to Tyler Mariucci, the new director of athletics for CBU. Very exciting that he joined us here on the show. Just had the big press conference yesterday and joined us live tonight, so we do appreciate it. Now, you know, it's our pledge to talk high school football on every single show, and man, this is one of our favorite programs. They've had a ton of success, and they keep getting these great coaches. And the next one in line is Andre Smith. You know, they had Craig Broach to start things off, built that great foundation. Then Contreras jumped in there, and he's going to follow Broach to Liberty. And now they got Andre Smith, who is putting up huge offensive numbers for the Murrieta Valley Nighthawks. Joined us live on the show. He is the new head coach of the Heritage Patriots, Coach Andre Smith. And Coach Smith, you already got your polo shirt. You're official. I see it already.
Man. Yeah, we're official, man. So, yep. Actually, Coach Contreras hooked me up with this shirt yesterday.
Oh, he's a good dude. He's a good guy to have in your corner.
Real good guy.
Hey, well, Coach Smith, you know, It's one thing to be an offensive coordinator or an assistant coach, but when you're the head coach, everything falls on your shoulders. There's a lot more responsibilities or whatnot. But at the end of the day, a lot of assistant coaches want that challenge. They want that opportunity. What was it about this opportunity, about Heritage, that you're like, you know what, I gotta see if I can get that gig. That's a pretty good gig, a great program that's had a lot of success. Let me jump in there and see what I can do.
You know what, man? Before Marietta Valley, man, I was a Rancho Verde for 6 years as an line coach, and had a chance to, we had a lot of fun, 4 CIF runs, man, and we make the move to MV, and bigger program, bigger league, and stuff like that, and great time there, great people, super great situation there, and I've lived in this community the last 10 years, man. So for me, I've kind of you start looking at things that benefit you and the family and stuff like that. And, great program, Coach Brooksman, a great job laying the infrastructure there. The AD Scott Moore, great stuff that those guys have done there. Adam's done a good job too. And so you see that program, I just left from there right now. It's a 6-minute drive for me. So it's opportunity, coaching in my community. And it's an opportunity to kind of, put my spin or our spin to something that they've done a really good job of already. So great job, I thought.
6-minute drive to work. You can't beat that. I don't care who you are. That's a great commute. But Coach, I'm going to talk about Marietta Valley in a second, but you were also at the Rancho Verde, which obviously has a history with Heritage, and they had some great battles, including a CIF championship game, and now they're league rivals. Is it kind of exciting for you to be able to go up against the Mustangs?
I know that's probably a cool thing to talk about, man. We got, so far, man, I mean, like I said, like this, I'm definitely wearing a different hat. And so there comes with a ton of responsibility, and I'm trying to, there's a lot going on. So I'm trying to let that thing slow down in terms of responsibility and getting the lay of the land, organizing our staff and stuff like that. So, man, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But, I love Rancho Verde, had a great time there and all that stuff like that. Obviously, I know they're part of the league. I was a part of that team that lost to those guys in the final that year. But, man, I'm excited about Heritage, man. So, we'll handle that business. We got a lot of things to do before we worry about getting there so far. But, I think we got a great opportunity to do some good things out this program.
All right, Coach Smith, let's talk some offense and some points. So when I think Heritage, I think of huge physical guys up front and great running backs. And when I think of Marietta Valley, I think of great quarterbacks, great receivers. They score a ton of points. And obviously you're instrumental in that, over with the Nighthawks. So now at Heritage, is it going to be a blend of the two? What's the offense going to look like?
Well, I'll tell you what, man, I played quarterback in college, man, but I've made my trade on the O-line, man, and it starts up front. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're going to have a good running game, it's got to start up front. If you're going to have a good passing game, it's going to start up front. So, we walk into a situation where the 5 guys that return are pretty darn good. You know what I mean? So that's a great start there. What's the offense going to look like? And you look last year, I mean, I know there's probably a lot talked about in the passing game because we spin it a little bit, but our rushing numbers are pretty good, man, at Marietta Valley. Last, 3 years you look, or even before that, I mean, we run the ball pretty well. We're pretty balanced, man. So we're going to play to the strengths of what we got, and like I said, that starts up front on offense. But, we're going to look a little different at Heritage offensively. That's going to be a gradual process. So we'll play to the strengths of what we got. The quarterback this past year, I'm looking at some of the things that he did well, and obviously we'll look to build off of those things. And so that's going to be a process. Throwing the football is, it's a lot of time that goes into that. So, that culturally that's going to change a little bit here, but yeah, we definitely want to throw the football. We're going to be balanced, but it starts up front, man. So, I got it from one of the college coaches, man. You run the ball for yards, you throw the ball for miles, man. So it's going to start up front, and we're going to be balanced, and we'll play to the strength of what we got, man. So I think that'll be, that's probably some excitement going on a little bit regarding the offense, but we got a lot of work to do, man. But we're excited about it, and we'll bring our style of offense to what Heritage has done, and we'll build upon that.
Well, Coach, we don't have a true entire offseason because of spring football. We just played 5 games, and I know we're already to the month of May. So, what do you think the next couple of months might look like for you as you ramp up for, your first season as the head coach? Because, again, ideally, maybe you could have, took the job right after football would have ended in December or whenever and hit the ground running. Instead, here we are in the month of May because football just ended in the spring. And, you got that short window to get ready for, week 0 in August, which feels like is right around the corner now.
Right. Yeah, man, we're looking at, June 7th, man. Hopefully everything is, cleared up and stuff. And, you just got to be playing 5 games, so it's like, you look at this calendar year, man, and guys that make deep runs and stuff like that in a full season, if everything is good, I mean, you're talking about guys playing freaking, 15, 16 games, so 18 games, so there's a ton of, I want these guys right now, man. Right now we're, as a staff, I'm kind of getting all that stuff together and we're trying to make sure our responsibilities are on deck and stuff. But we plan to get going June 7th to hit the ground running and kind of implementing our deal. So, like I said, it'll be a gradual process. I mean, those guys have done some good stuff. We'll build off of some of that stuff. We'll add to it. Obviously, we don't have all the the off-season time and stuff like that. That'll happen, after this season and stuff. But, there's a good group of guys that come back, man. I mean, I think I've kind of like 20 returning guys with that can go. And I'm there hanging around and stuff. And I like what's in the building, man. So, we're not going to shortchange our seniors, man. We're going to be ready to go and we'll implement, what fits us. And, our style of ball will be different. But, yeah, definitely, it'll be gradual with some of the things offensively and we'll build upon those things.
Coach, how excited are you at this point just to kind of, like you said, June 7th, get the guys together, see what you got, get them on the field, get them running around a little bit? Are you like you said, you've got a bunch of guys, returners, are you at home already plotting like, okay, I got this spot filled, I got this spot filled, this is a hole we need to, to fill? Like, are you already plotting and game planning what this team might look like?
Yeah, man, you got to, right? I mean, that's just part of how this deal goes. Like, so, honestly, man, it's a blessing. I'm fired up, man, to be able to be the guy that's leading this program. I mean, our principals have been there a year, Mr. Harrell, and we got a new AD, Brandon Jones. So I'm fired up to be a part of the team, the whole school culture, man, and the whole deal. And it's like, you start planning and you're looking at this, but that excitement kind of wears off already, man. I'm already like, all right, now we got to, you're figuring out what's what and how you do the fundraising stuff and making sure equipment's good and stuff like that, man. So, I'm excited, man. I mean, it's about the process. So this will be fun. I don't feel rushed about this, man. This is, be patient and we'll take our time and build our culture and building, how we practice and things like that. But I think we got a good group of guys to start off with. I'm fired up about that. I met with the guys the other day and I felt like there's some good energy. I feel like guys are excited about things. So, we're good. We'll build off of that, man.
And as the head coach, you just mentioned it, the fundraising, equipment, like all those other things. When you're an assistant or a coordinator, right, you come in, you coach the guys up, you get ready, you play Friday night, but and then you're done. But the head coach is like, okay, fundraising, and I got to talk to this parent, and so-and-so needs new cleats. Like, as the head coach, it all comes back to you at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, 100%, man. And I've been fortunate to coach under some good guys, man. And George Wilson is a good friend of mine. Learned from a ton of things from him directly and indirectly, man. And so, he's kind of joked about it at times a little bit with me, man. Like, you just get to focus on the offense, man. So, that's kind of fun when you just get to kind of be a guy who's just a specialist and coaching X's and O's, man. But, I'm excited for the challenge and I'm excited to learn the different things. And, it won't happen overnight. It'll be a process. But, yeah, you're right. It's a different hat, man. So I'm just trying to slowly absorb that thing. And I'm glad we got this month of May, man. Well, we're rallying up our staff meetings and, we'll have to build, some camaraderie and cohesion in our group and stuff to kind of lay the foundation for how we do things. But, I'm excited about the guys that I got. I got a great group of men that are going to be working with us that are great teachers, that are guys that really care about kids. And, our program is going to be about player development, man. That's not only on the field, that's in the classroom. So those are some of the things I'm looking at now in summer school, making sure, who's ready to go so that, when we get rolling, we got the best guys out there and they're ready to go.
Yeah, for sure. Get those grades up. Make sure they're eligible. Coach Smith, hey, I appreciate it. Congratulations on this new gig at Heritage High School, and best of luck. And let's do this again soon.
Hey, appreciate you, Pat, man. It's been a while, man. I used to see you at Rancho Verde back in the day. Now, you got big time with us at the show, man. So I appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. That's Andre Smith, new head football coach for the Heritage Patriots here on the Inland Sports Show. Thank you, Coach Smith. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll talk some Santiago boys soccer. They did it again. Another league title. We'll be right back.
This is Alexander Madison. You're watching the Inland Sports Show.
Calling all athletes. Make sure you're at your very best by training at Boost Performance Training in Corona. Whether you're a football player, soccer player, baseball player, lacrosse, athletes from all sports and all levels train at Boost Performance Training. Led by former Centennial High School football star Ray Bass, you'll develop explosive power, become faster, and add that lean muscle. Don't be left behind and get a leg up on the competition at Boost Performance Training. Visit boosttrainingsystems.com for information on their training programs and also on the Bass School. That's the Bass Alternative School for student athletes. Trying to earn a scholarship? Maybe make the varsity team. Get a spot in the starting lineup? Well, let Boost Performance Training help achieve your athletic goals.
I would say the one thing that we stress more than anything else is service to our customer. Make sure that they're taking care of whatever you can do to make sure that that order gets to them on time and it's the right quality and what they want. I've been that way since 1976. That was my goal, to reach out to local sports programs, and it's grown from there, and we've been very, very fortunate. My grandson is right over here. He's working for us, and he's going to college right now, and that's exactly what my son did 20-some years ago, and it keeps on going, Customers that come in the store that it's amazing. People that I haven't been here since I was a little kid, and I used to come in here all the time, and then now I'm bringing my son in here, or a grandpa that's bringing his grandson in here that came in here when we first opened back in '76. We just feel so fortunate to have been a part of this community and this Inland Empire for going into our 44th year now, and it's just been a blessing.
The time is now. The Boost Training Center is open for business and ready to help all the athletes across the Inland Empire. Doesn't matter the age or the sport, if you go to Boost Training with Coach Ray Bass, they're going to make you bigger, faster, stronger. So if you're out there looking to train this offseason, talking about all you football players especially, check out boosttrainingsystems.com. That is the website. You can find a strength and speed class just for you this offseason, so you can be even bigger, better, faster, stronger this upcoming season. Give them a call or text at 951-532-4904 to reserve your spot today. Strength and speed training at Boost Training System. And don't forget, enrollment is open right now for the Bass School. That's Boost Alternative School for student athletes. You can check out what they have to offer at boosttrainingsystems.com. That is the website once again, and you can enroll for the 2021-2022 school year. Again, this is not an online school. This is a private school specifically for 7th and 8th grade boys. Check it out today because space is limited.
Inland Sports Show. We appreciate Coach Andre Smith, new head football coach for the Heritage Patriots, join us live here. Now we're talking the other football, the Santiago boys soccer team joining us live on the show. These guys got it done in the land of the Big VIII last year. They did it again, and now they're taking aim on what could be a Southern California title. We've got assistant coach because Coach Henry Sierra is with his newborn at home, and rightfully so. We got assistant coach Charlie Lynch. We got Cooper Clark. We got Connor Lynch and Landon Cavanaugh joining us live on the show. And Coach Lynch, let me go to you first, because how's Coach Sierra doing? How's the family? How's the new addition? How's all that?
He's doing awesome. Noah is the new addition, enjoying the best thing in life at this time, rightfully so, well deserved. We miss him, the program misses him, but trust me, he misses being out there. We keep in touch with him and obviously text throughout the game to kind of know what's going on. So big shout out to Noah, the little one, and Dad. We definitely miss him, but they're doing well.
Well,
everyone's healthy.
I'm sure he was excited last night. You guys beat Roosevelt 4-1 and locked up another Big VIII League championship. So, Coach, how quickly did he text you? I'm sure he was on the phone like, hey, congrats.
Yeah, him and Nogales is an amazing help for us out there as well. They go back and forth as the game's developing. So it's throughout the game where he's just checking in to make sure the boys are doing what they're supposed to. And it's always good to hear from him. So he's going to be out there come senior night, so it's going to be awesome to have him back. And that's next Tuesday when we have King, when we acknowledge our seniors. And so it's going to be good to have him back.
Well, Coach, we also got a couple of the guys. We've got Cooper Clark. That is your top right-hand corner, if your screen looks like mine. And Cooper, let me go to you next because, coming into this season, I'm sure the goal was to win another league championship and, and get back to the playoffs and see what this team can do. Now that we're almost to the end of the regular season, what have you thought so far about this year? And what's still those goals, those expectations now about getting to maybe a CIF title game or a Southern California championship game?
I think this year overall has been insane. We've gone, I think, 8-0 so far this season, which is already more impressive than last year. And with goals, I think CIF for us is a big one. Going out semifinals last year, we want to really pick up on it this year and go all the way this time. And of course, getting in the state final again would be even better. To get all three this year would be insane.
Yeah, and Cooper, let me ask you too, because we just got the news from the CIF state office that there will be a Southern California regional tournament. It came down this afternoon. We weren't sure, but now we know it's going to happen. As a player, is it exciting knowing that, hey, you guys can repeat, you can win another SoCal title?
It's really exciting to hear that news because as a senior, it's our last year, so we want to go big, and state final would be perfect. Winning that would be amazing.
Yeah, I just can't believe the regular season is quickly coming to a close, and here we go in the playoffs and then a regional and all that good stuff. And, let me go next to Connor Lynch, and I'm stealing the words from Coach Lynch, but Connor, your dad, a.k.a. Coach, said that you finally woke up and you had a hat trick last night against Roosevelt in that 4-1 win. You had 3 goals all in the second half. How did it feel to just kind of have a breakout performance against the Mustangs?
It was just one of those games where at halftime I was just feeling it. First half I had a lot of shots on target, but the goalie was saving him. He was having a pretty good first half, and then second half, I just knew it was one of those moments where you're just that you're going to start bagging them in, and I knew the team was going to start. They helped me a lot because they find me those opportunities, and so yeah.
Now, Connor, go ahead, Coach.
The words are there, but I got to tell you, he's already got 13 goals and 6 assists. to his teammates' credit, last year it was easy for the league to figure out who he was, what he was about. So, it was normal for him to have 2 people marking him, but now we've got a lot of help, obviously on this, as well as Landon, which has just been an amazing addition and had an awesome contribution as it relates to our offense. And also we have Prieto, we have Chavez in the midfield. So what ends up happening now is we've got so many other people facilitating our offense, helping our attack. And so now it's pick your poison. If they choose to go 2 up on Connor, we're going to get you somewhere else. And that's kind of where he's freed up some space, and now he's able to actually create a little more than what he did last year because of they have to be a little more attentive to the other players on our team.
Well, Connor, let me go back to you just for a second because, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, I had several games where I had 2 goals in a game, but I never had a hat trick, never had 3 goals. I was never that cool. Have you had a hat trick before?
Yeah.
Oh, of course you did. Yeah, it's no big deal. Yeah, he did. Let me go to Landon next. Landon Cavanaugh also joined us here on the Inland Sports Show. And Landon, you guys, wrap up a Big VIII League championship last night against Roosevelt, but you still have a couple more games left in the regular season before you hit the playoffs. What are some things that maybe you guys can improve on, clean up, get better at, so that when you guys hit the playoffs, you can make that CIF title run and make sure you punch your ticket to a regional tournament?
I think we got it all right now. I think we're ready for it, and we're going to bring it to the teams. I think we got it.
And Landon, I was talking to Coach Lynch off the air. So many seniors graduated from last year's team that went on the road to Garces and Bakersfield and won that SoCal title. So a lot of guys, are stepping up and filling those spots, obviously, losing 8 seniors. Going into this season, did it feel like, hey, we're going to reload or we're going to rebuild? Like, what's going to happen this year? What's your thoughts on that?
We got a pretty good team, so I thought it was just we're going to repeat this. We got a good team. We're just going to do it again. A bunch of people stepped up and to the senior spots, so it was nothing new. We're just going to take it all again.
That's what's amazing about the program, Pep. We've got such a development program where kiddos, that are sophomores, could be playing probably a lot more minutes other places, but when they step in, they're making an immediate impact. We saw that last night in a match against Roosevelt. So it's amazing. A lot of that comes from the leadership that you have here, the seniors that provide that leadership, and it's been fun to watch and to see blossom. So it's exciting stuff. But yeah, who would have thought? I mean, don't tell this group that seven of those seniors, by the way, were starters last year.
That's unbelievable. I mean, that's a huge turnover, and the fact that you guys are back, winning another league championship, and again undefeated in league play. Which, by the way, the Big VIII League for boys soccer is unbelievable. There's so many great programs and coaches and players. I mean, that's really saying something. Coach, let me wrap it up with this, because we did get the news from the CIF state office today that we would have a Southern California regional tournament. How exciting is that for you guys to just have the chance, the freedom to get a chance to play and repeat to play for another title?
Sierra, the program, we're so proud of these boys. Last year it was amazing that we got it in. I will tell you, last year these boys fought hard. 4 of the 5 games to get there, even in the finals, was on the road. So these guys are hungry, and so we're taking it one step at a time. We're a humble group. The work ethic, the trust with each other is there, but we're definitely taking it one step at a time. And trust me when I tell you, that is the final goal for the group. I mean, they definitely want to repeat and be a part of that. We're in uncharted territories. Obviously, there's a huge number on our back each match we play. The players are aware of it. But I got to tell you, it's fun to watch how they approach each match, and they're taking it head on.
Well, guys, congrats on the great regular season, I should say, and then now we got playoffs right around the corner, so best of luck going forward. And hey, Coach Lynch, will we see Coach Sierra on the sidelines before the season's over?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
He's going to be joining us Tuesday night for senior night, so he's itching to come back. He's enjoying the time with Noah, but definitely we look forward to having him back soon.
That's awesome. He's one of my favorites. Congrats, guys, and keep it up. And we'll see how far you guys can take it this year. We appreciate it. Join us here on the Inland Sports Show.
Thank you.
Awesome. Love the Sharks and doing big things out there in the land of the Big VIII, getting ready for another Southern California championship run. Now, before we wrap up this segment, let's go to our Big Boost Play of the Week. It's a soccer game, and it was a fantastic goal that we caught on camera. Unbelievable. We go to Linfield Christian against Aquinas. It's our Big Boost Play of the Week. Johnny, go ahead and play it. This was unbelievable. I'll call it a scissor kick. Scoreless game. This was a game for first place. The cross into the box, scissor kick, past the keeper, and in for the goal. That is Matt Walker for the Lions. That was a 1-0 victory for Linfield Christian, and that would tie them with Aquinas for first place in the Ambassador League. Check it out in slow-mo. Unbelievable finish there by Walker as he spins around, scissor kicks it in. That was the only goal of the match. And it's our Big Boost of the Week. All right, we're going to take a break here on the Inland Sports Show. When we come back, we'll talk a little high school baseball with the skipper at Norte Vista High School, Joe Laski. We'll be right back on the Inland Sports Show.
96.7 KCal Rocks. What's up? It's Patrick and 40. Hey, man, you're watching the Inland Sports Show right here. Make sure you check out Pep Man. It's Inland Sports with Pep, but he's on every Monday and Thursday morning with Sports with Pep Man. You guys rock.
We are the IE. We work hard. In fact, that's the way we like it. We wake up early, we stay up late to get the job done right. That blue-collar, hard-working mentality is the same reason we have so many successful teams and coaches and athletes in the Inland Empire. We never give up. We are a resilient bunch in the IE. Everything we have, we've earned. No excuses. It's this determined attitude is what powers our small businesses, and that's how championships are won. The Inland Sports Team is looking to team up with other like-minded small businesses in the IE. Together, we can grow. We can be bigger and better. If it was easy, everyone would do it, but we're not looking for easy, just looking for an opportunity. Joining the Inland Sports Team could be the opportunity that you've been looking for. The #1 sporting goods store in the Inland Empire is Ken's Sporting Goods in Norco. Whether you need new uniforms for the entire team, a Letterman's jacket, or new cleats for the upcoming season, check out Ken's Sporting Goods. Plus, now you can order masks with your favorite team, school, business, and more. Order for your entire team or organization. Visit KenSportingGoods.com for more information and for the latest on the big sales. Make sure to follow Ken's Sporting Goods on Instagram and Twitter. So if you need team uniforms or sports gear, there's only one place to go in the Inland Empire. That's Ken's Sporting Goods. Hey guys, it's Pep Fernandez from the #1 sports show in the Inland Empire, the Inland Sports Show. I wanted to let you know about the BASS School. That stands for the Boost Alternative School for Student Athletes. All of us are trying to find a way to get ahead in the classroom and in athletics. If you're a parent, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Wanting to give your son the best opportunity to succeed. BASS is an all-boys private middle school servicing 7th and 8th grade student athletes. They've got unique, customized curriculum for student athletes, individualized nutrition and athletic development, plus rigorous academic development with small class sizes. This is not an online homeschool. This is a private school for students who are serious about their grades and serious about their sports. BASS school enrollment for the 2021-2022 school year begins in January, so don't wait. Lock up your spot today. Visit boosttrainingsystems.com for more information.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, everybody. We're talking a little high school baseball here. And we've got the skipper for the Norte Vista Braves join us live here on the show, Joe Laski. And Coach, first off, I'm a big baseball guy. And we're going to look, I think that's your office. Maybe it's at school, at home. I'm not sure. But is that, I'm trying to guess the jersey. Is that Mike Messina, or what jersey is that?
Mike Messina was an idol of mine growing up as a pitcher. He was just somebody who his command, his physical command and the way he was able to command all of his pitches, but just his demeanor on and off the field was so stoic. Every once in a while you get a fist pump, but I was never like that. I was very energetic and very up and down. And so I always try to be more like him to kind of have that even keel on the mound. But yeah, I'm a big fan. I got that signed a number of years ago before he was a Hall of Famer when he was in Baltimore. But yeah, love Mike Mussina.
All right, so now I'm just curious. I think I see another jersey that's hanging up, maybe on a hanger that's covered. What's the other one?
That one's Jason Kidd. I'm a Dallas Mavericks and Dallas Cowboys fan. Some of the stuff on top is Cowboys signed footballs and helmets. Yeah, I've been a fan of the Mavericks and Cowboys for 30 years plus.
All right, you're a Cowboys fan? Hey, Coach, great interview. Sure. Now we're done. No, I'm just kidding. I'm a 49ers fan. I won't hold it against you. But, Coach, listen, I know you played La Sierra earlier today, and I was like, man, I hope we're not bringing Coach on after a loss, but you're telling me you won today. You won this afternoon.
We did. Yeah, the guys played really well today. The last couple of weeks, there's been a big, turn in the right direction with the players and attitude and behavior and hustle and the way they're doing things differently in practice. And we were fortunate enough to win 10-0 today in 5 innings. They played real well, and I'm proud of them. I'm proud of them for where we're at this point in the season.
Coach, it's not just Norte Vista High School. It's not just the sport of baseball, but a lot of programs at the high school level across the board. It's hard getting numbers, just getting kids to come out, and compete this spring, whether it's baseball or football, you name the sport. I just feel like numbers, are pretty low across the board. Can you talk about what at Norte Vista at least, getting kids who want to come out for the baseball team and then having success? You know what I mean? Like, you don't need a lot of numbers, but if you get the right guys, you can have success.
And I think what you just said is the huge point, getting the right people. And normally I would say guys too. We're lucky enough to have a female on the team as well. So every time we say guys, we have to catch ourselves and add her in there. The numbers thing was huge this year, and it's a part of, now it's a part of our culture for 2021 and who we are and what we've become. But we started from very humble beginnings. We started the off season with maybe in the neighborhood of 12 to 15 players who were on last year's teams that decided not to play this year, whether it was because there was a new head coach, because of COVID, because of uncertainty with a lot of things. And we ended up about a week before the season started, we ended up with 9 human beings in our program, not just on one team, but we only have one team this year. And we ended up with 9, and 2 of them joined us after we had played our first game. So to be in that spot, and then a couple more came back from being ineligible, and now we have 13 players that are on the roster and have a little flexibility with some depth. But yeah, we've come from about as low as you can get with numbers. And you're right, the people that are in place and the attitudes and the willingness of these young people to make themselves a little uncomfortable and to try some new things with a new coach and a new system. I can't say enough about the people and the human beings that are on this team. I couldn't be luckier.
Coach, what's maybe some of the biggest challenges in terms of, taking over a program and trying to get it to a level where you're feeling like you're going to compete for a league championship in each and every year? Because obviously Rome wasn't built overnight. I know that's a cliche, but it's true. You just can't say, okay, we're going to have a winning culture now. We're going to go in with confidence in every game. How do you kind of build that gradually and feel like you're going to be in every single game and every single season? We're going to be in the hunt for that league title.
I think it starts with accountability and with showing the players the reason you're there, and with making yourself as a coach a little uncomfortable and trying new things that they want to try, and showing them that not only am I going to preach you guys being accountable and being on time, I'm going to do it too. And this may be a little different than most players or even some coaches are used to seeing, but if I show up late to something, I'm doing bear crawls the same way they are. And I think once you gain that respect and you show them that you're a human being, and that, yes, I love baseball as much as anybody on planet Earth, but I also care about what they're doing in the classroom. I care about what's going on with their family. We can talk about music. We can talk about video games. We can talk about agriculture. You know, our school has a great agriculture program, and we have a couple students who are in there. And once you show them that you're a human being, and you can preach those things on the field, but that you're going to be that person also. You know, again, it didn't happen right away. You're right. I didn't step in there and that happened in the first 2 weeks. It's taken months. You know, we started on Zoom back in October and November, having meetings with them, and they were reluctant. They were reluctant to do workouts on video and send those in to me and become accountable then and be team leaders when I didn't really know much about anybody. But we've gotten to the point where we are now, I think, because they've seen some success from them being accountable and policing each other. We've had some great leaders who have stepped up to be captains, and the assistant coaches as well, who are both, you know, former coaches from the old staff, and one of them was an alumni. And they've tried new things also, and they've introduced new things to me. And I think we've been able to kind of mesh the things that I brought in and the things that they've carried over to a place now where we're all comfortable enough to move forward, and we all know that everyone's there for the right reason. We're all going to show up and work hard. And even if it hadn't turned into a bunch of wins, I think we would all be fine leaving the field every day, just knowing that everybody's working hard and being accountable. We were prepared for taking some lumps, wins and losses wise, but luckily we've kind of hit a good positive stride here and been able to win some games in league.
You know, Coach, I think you just touched on it. You know, obviously you play to win the game, but, you know, it sounds like you're building that foundation for, you know, future Norte Vista teams as well. You know, with respect to the seniors, you want to win now. And I think you only have, I think you said one or two. I don't think you have very many on this squad, but, you know, but it sounds like building that foundation, like you said, so you can have future success as well. Is that correct?
It is. Yeah, it's hard not to look ahead because I think it's just human nature as a coach. You think about, you know, your lineup and your roster and your depth for this year, and then you think about next year. Well, hey, this player is going to move over here because, you know, we only do have the one senior. When our one senior graduates, some people are going to move around a little bit. But with only having one, I mean, it's pretty much that roster that we're going to have for a couple years. We have 3 juniors who are contributing on the team, but we have 7 sophomores and 3 freshmen that are contributing. So this is going to be the same team for a couple years. And, you know, we did have to make the decision before league started to play either a varsity schedule or a JV schedule. And when we were down to not knowing if we were going to be able to field a team, Coach Main, our athletic director, who's been a great help and a great support for me and the program this whole time, said, hey, I think it's a better move to play JV this year. You're going to still see some really good competition. This league has great teams, you know, up and down at different levels, and you're going to be able to compete. You're going to be in all the games and maybe win some close ones, lose some close ones, and be able to teach that and coach that with these young people who have, you know, maybe not been in some of these spots before where they're competing for a league championship, whether it's JV or varsity. I've seen just a revitalization and an energy from them where we don't have to manufacture it as coaches all the time. Now they're showing up to the ballpark and we can just coach baseball. We don't have to worry about discipline. We don't have to worry as much about grades and are people going to be there? Are they going to show up late like it was at the beginning of the year? Now it just feels a lot more comfortable, like everybody's in it for the right reason. And yeah, we're building, you know, we're trying to do everything we can this year. And then, you know, starting in the summer, we're playing a varsity schedule in the summer, in the fall, and the winter, and then getting ready for the 2022 spring season moving forward and hoping to make a push as a playoff team in the future.
Well, Coach, it sounds like the future is bright. You got some great young players in that program, and best of luck in the future. Not to your Cowboys, but to the Braves at least.
It's going to be a great season for them. But, yeah, I'm really proud to be the head coach in Novi. It's a lot of fun right now, and even through our ups and downs, that's what really, you know, makes the character of a team. And we've gone through some of those downs, and now I just couldn't be more proud of the coaches and the players and the support we've got from admin and everybody. It's really a good place to be. And we're looking forward to a good rest of the season and beyond. Thanks so much for having me, Pep.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and AD, Ron Main's one of the best. We love that guy. Coach Lasky, appreciate it. Thanks for coming on the show. We do appreciate it.
Thank you. Take care. We'll talk soon.
Yes, sir. Joe Lasky, the skipper for the Norte Vista Braves, joining us here on the Inland Sports Show. Let's wrap things up here with our Ken's must-see game, and maybe we'll see Norte Vista in this game in the very near future. But this week, Hillcrest taking on Arlington, boys baseball. This will go a long way in determining that River Valley League champion. You know, Arlington's that newcomer, but they've had such a great tradition of baseball, obviously, and Hillcrest has had a lot of success early on here and going varsity not too long ago, actually, maybe the last 5-6 years. So Hillcrest, Arlington, River Valley League supremacy. It's our Ken Sporting Goods must-see game this week. All right, that's going to do it for this Inland Sports Show. A big thanks to Tyler Mariucci, the new AD for CBU, Andre Smith, new head football coach at Heritage High School, the Santiago boys soccer team, and Coach Lasky from Norte Vista. We do appreciate it. And the biggest of thanks to Johnny Nunez, our director behind the scenes, making things happen. My name is Pep Fernandez. We appreciate you tuning in each and every Wednesday at 6:05 p.m. We do appreciate it. And hit that like or subscribe button for us, depending on where you're watching us. We would appreciate that as well. Be safe. God bless you. We'll see you next time.